Hello and welcome to Epic World Builder. My name is Mike Hewitt, and we are in the Dragonspire campaign. So if you can always follow us, follow along. I know I've said this a billion times, but you go to public campaigns, and you can see Dragonspire, and you can see everything we're creating. We are using Epic World Builder, and this is a tool that I've been building with some friend, with a colleague in my company. We've been building this to do all kinds of things. First of all, we have a map maker, but this is a basic way to keep all your Dungeon Master notes or Game Master notes organized through a kind of a map format or whatever else. And a couple things I do want to talk about in right now. We are going to be having a contest. So if you love building, you love building worlds or love building maps, we have something. So right now you can build any. You can go in and build a campaign. It doesn't have to be a gigantic campaign, but it can be just like, hey, here's a city with a bunch of wiki pages, or here is a dungeon with a bunch of wiki pages with different levels and items in there and NPCs or any of that. And like I said, in this campaign right here of Dragonspire, here are all the pages. So we have, you can build stuff that's other. Or here's characters, here's regions, here's cities, here's buildings, dungeons, landmarks. You have items, events. I build a festival in there, all kinds of things. And so, with that, you can build a public. You can make a campaign. It can be private, but you can also make it public, and also maps. You can make maps that are public as well. And with that, we are having a contest on January 15th. Let's say you come in here on public. You'll see that all of these will have votes up and down, and we're going to be voting. So on January 15th, we're going to pick the best public campaign, and we're going to pick the best public map, and then with that we're giving out shirts. So it's a shirt I've been selling for a very long time. We have a lot of them. It's a very fun shirt. It's basically a dice that's rolled a 1, and it says this is why we can't have nice things, and it has epicworldbuilder.com on the back. So with that, it's going to be a great contest. But also, I also want to say this is a podcast that's YouTube and audio. So it is video and audio. I'm going to be explaining stuff as much as possible, so you don't have to watch it on YouTube, but you can if you want to. With that, let's go right in to where we're at. And man, I feel like I've been talking all day. Give me 1 second. I'm going to drink of water. Okay. So, we're in Dragonspire. This is a campaign that I've been creating for my two preteen kids. Well, I guess one of them's about to be a teen. I have a 11 and 12-year-old. And the idea is if you come in here, so we're in the Verdant Forest. So it's not necessarily a full world map, but it's a section of a world map. We started in the town of Elderbrook. And in the town of Elderbrook, I created this map of the city, and then we've slowly been adding pins and little buildings and stuff like that. And that's what we've been working on. And then a couple of episodes ago, we went and we created this world map and a few things. I think I created Celestial Lake up here, and I created the Silver River. Silver River is running right through Elderbrook. But then we created this path, the Bloodstone Road, and the Goblin Ambush right here. And this was the Goblin Ambush right here. And basically it is just, it's going to be a fight with goblins. But then the last thing we did right here is the Bloodstone Stronghold. And last week we created these two goblin houses, and with it actually flushed out, when with Scraggletooth, and it's giving us information on where the Warlord's Chalice. The whole reason they're coming here is to get this Warlord's Chalice. The chalice the goblins are using, if they drink from it on a certain day of the year, this ritual will give them great military luck. And then with that, right here, the city of Elderbrook and the Bloodstone Stronghold, which used to be, I think, a human or a dwarven complex, but it's long been gone, and now the goblins have used that, and they have been fighting back and forth. The goblins have been using that. They've been trying to find a way to have a little bit of military advantage, and this chalice. So our players are trying to go to the stronghold to take over that. With that, we had the Goblin House, and this is where Scraggletooth, I don't know why it's so hard for me to say Scraggletooth, kind of told them that with a bribe or with that, let me go back here. We kind of flushed them out and said, hey, if the player bribes them, if the player forces them, or if the player asks them, we had 3 different ways that the players could go if that worked. And he gave them the information that in here, in this main hall, there's some stairs downstairs. Somewhere in here, we haven't fleshed out quite what that is, but the chalice, the Warlord Chalice, is here. And maybe this is where they're doing their ritual. I don't know. But with that, I think a couple of things here. We need to really kind of go through and label some of these buildings. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with them, but this is the Goblin Water Wheel. Let's save that. Let's just give some information, right? And I don't know if I need to make a whole page for it. Maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. Hold up. So let's go through. This is a I'm going to put a pin here. Let's call this, I don't know, what is this? A building, just an empty rundown, empty. Bloodstone. No, empty building. So we have a couple different things. This is just what the pin says, okay? In ChatGPT, we just want some empty information, right? Let's do that. So, give me a short description of, I think it's a chapel. Let's just do this, of a rundown chapel that is not in good shape and is in ruins. Inside the walls of Bloodstone, inside the Bloodstone Stronghold. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Inside of this, I'm going to call, let's go here, and here, and here, and we're going to call this, the Bloodstone, Bloodstone Stronghold chapel. This is a building. Boom. Let's dump that here. I'm going to structure name here. No owner, no floors, no materials. Sure. Bloodstone Stronghold. Okay. And then I got some information, ChatGPT. Nestled within the imposing walls, I'm not even going to make a map for this, but I'm just going to, when they're walking through, this is some kind of flavor text. Nestled within the imposing walls of the Bloodstone Stronghold, this chapel stands as a haunting testament to neglect and decay. Once a place of reverence and sanctuary, this forsaken chapel now exudes an air of desolation. Its crumbling stone facade, marred by time and battle scars, barely clings to its skeletal frame. The roof, long since collapsed, has surrendered to the elements, allowing nature to invade its sacred interior. Within the chapel's interior is a shadowy abyss, a labyrinth of shattered. Within the chapel's interior is a shadowy abyss, a labyrinth of shattered stained glass windows that once bathed the chambers in a kaleidoscope of colors. Now only shards of glass litter the ground, casting eerie, fractured patterns upon the uneven stone floor. Rows of toppled pews, splintered and rotting, bear witness to the passage of countless years. Their once polished wood, now consumed by wood, worm, and decay. Moss and ivy creep recently along the cracked walls. This verdant tendrils intertwining with the fading remnants of ancient mural and frescoes, their vibrant stories fading into obscurity. Sunlight occasionally pierced through the chinks of the ceiling, casting faint, ethereal rays within the chapel's ruined altar, where an ornate, corroded candelabra stands as a forgotten sentinel of the time when faith was still kindling within the forsaken walls. In the silence of the dilapidated sanctuary, only a faint whisper of history and the ghost of devotion remains as the Bloodstone Stronghold heart gradually succumbs to the ravaging of time and abandonment. Okay. I'm going to save that. So now, back here, I want to link Bloodstone. Nope. Bloodstone Stronghold Chapel. Okay, so now we can click on this and we can read it, or we can go to that page. But we don't really need to read it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We have the Goblin Water Wheel. Okay. Give me a one paragraph description of a rundown. Of a rundown water wheel that is no longer working inside the walls. That is a rundown water wheel along the Silver River. Is that the river I did? Yep, Silver River. That is no longer... Okay, let's see what this does. Okay. Okay, I want to go here, here. I'm going to say Bloodstone Stronghold water wheel. And this is a building. Create. One we're not putting a map to. I have one paragraph here. Let's look at it. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is visible to everyone. We're going to put a structure name, and there is, well, right here. That. Nestled within the imposing walls of the Bloodstone Stronghold. Beside the tranquil... Okay. Let's come up with something different. Nestled within the imposing walls. You know what? I'm going to try and write this myself for once. This water wheel beside the tranquil water is one. The once mighty water wheel now stands. Stands as a weathered rug. How about this? Inside Bloodstone Stronghold, beside the tranquil Silver River, the once mighty water wheel now stands as a weathered relic of forgotten industry. Its immense wooden blades, long striped of their vigor, hang limply over the river's edge. Their tarnished iron fittings creaking mournfully in the breeze. Time has worn away the once vibrant red paint. I like that. Leaving a patchy, rust-stained surface that mirrors the faded memories in its past utility. Silent and motionless, this decaying water wheel serves as a somber reminder of the fortress's former life, where the hum of industry once echoed through its now silent hall, and the river's power has harnessed to sustain the stronghold's needs. Okay, I'm saving that. Okay, coming here. Let's go ahead and go here. Edit the pin. Bloodstone Stronghold Towers. Water wheel. There we go. There we go. Now we have a description there. Okay. Actually, this is the chapel, isn't it? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to add a pin here, and this is called Bloodstone Chapel. And this is going to be Bloodstone Chapel. Okay, so this one we've got to figure out. This is just a rundown building. Give me a one paragraph description of a rundown building that is in ruins and really has no hint of what it was used for in the past, but it is in such ruins that it is almost not a building at all. Inside, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is just a... So if we come back here, I'm adding another page called Bloodstone Stronghold. Building in ruin, I guess. Building. I don't want much here. Deep within the confines of the Bloodstone Stronghold, an anemic, dilapidated structure stands as a cryptic testament to the passage of age. Its crumbled walls, barely holding together, offer a no discernible clue to its former purpose. There's an eerie sense of time itself has blurred the lines between architecture and decay, rendering it's nearly indistinguishable from the surrounding rubble. Where once there might have been rooms, corridors, and chambers, now only exist in a chaotic labyrinth of fallen stones and moss-covered remnants. The mysterious forsaken edifice embodied the very essence of abandonment, its history lost to the ages, and its identity swallowed by the relentless march of time within the fortress of the ancient walls. This is viewed by everybody. Click that, delete. This is also in Stronghold. Let's go ahead and put that there. I'm going to save. Coming back here to Bloodstone Stronghold. Click. Now this, I'm actually going to edit pin and switch the links. This one. So now it's a little bit different. I switched the chapel over here because that makes more sense. And this one is the Bloodstone Chapel. This one, Bloodstone Stronghold. There we go. I want to do one more thing here. I'm going to create Stronghold Fountain. Okay. It's a landmark, kind of. Okay. Give me two. Give me three. Give me three paragraphs describing. Give me 3 paragraphs description of. Nope. I hit enter. That's not what I wanted. Nope. Stop. Okay. give me a 3-path description of a fountain in front of the main hall in Bloodstone Stronghold. Give a description of a fountain in front of the main hall in Bloodstone Stronghold. Inside the walls of the Bloodstone Stronghold, the main hall. Inside the walls of the strong, and also describe a few goblins that are hiding behind it at the site of your presence. As your group gets closer, they run off and hide. The goblins that run are younger goblins and might be children. Okay, let's see what that does. And I think I spelled children wrong. Oh well. Okay. Let's grab this. What do we got? Here's the fountain. In the heart of the Bloodstone, a grand and weathered fountain command attention in front of the imposing main hall. The fountain wants a I'm going to get rid of that. Centerpiece of the stronghold's courtyard now stands as a symbol of enduring beauty despite the ravage of time. Its ornate moss-covered basin is adorned with intricate carvings of mythical creatures and noble warriors. Their features softened by the centuries of wind and weather. At the center of the stone, a stone nymph gracefully pours water from a jug. Her serene expression, a stark contrast to the tumultuous history that surrounds her. Though the fountain's waters have long run dry, its presence serves as a testament to the stronghold's former grandeur. As you and your group approach the fountain, okay, this all should really go in the GM section. Okay, as you and your group approach the fountain, you notice movement behind it. Huddled in the shadowy recesses, a trio of small goblins, their beady eyes wide with fear, peek out at the sight of your presence. Their tiny forms barely reach waist height, wearing tattered clothing and clutching makeshift weapons. Tools. Clearly startled by your arrival, the young goblins freeze for a moment before panic takes hold. With a sudden burst of energy, they scamper away from the fountain, their footsteps echoing faintly through the courtyard as they seek refuge among the stronghold's ancient ruins. In their hasty retreat, the goblins leave behind a sense of curiosity and sympathy, for it is clear that these young creatures are caught in an unforgettable backdrop of the Bloodstone Stronghold, trying to survive amidst the remnants of a world they may never fully understand. Okay, I'm going to save that. That's pretty good. Inside of there, let's go Bloodstone Stronghold, and let's go ahead and add a pin, and this is Fountain. We can leave this pretty well done because it's only the pin, where we have to make the pages a little bit more Bloodstone Stronghold Fountain, and I'll show you a little bit. So real quick, we can say Fountain here, but as you can see, the pin is named Fountain, but it's pointed to the page Bloodstone Stronghold, because when we look at all of the pages, we kind of want these Bloodstone Strongholds to kind of stand out. And you know what? Some of these we might go back and name them a little bit deeper, because after a while we're going to get tons and tons of pages. I actually have a few campaigns that have hundreds and hundreds of pages, and so it's a little bit easier to see them. And I don't know why BBB here. I'm going to delete that. That must have been something I was testing out, or an example I was showing somebody of how to create something. Anyways, so that is Blood. And so now we can kind of really go through and show, like if they ask questions, we can go through. The next is this one. I want to go, this is going to be a kind of fight, an encounter. That's why it is blue. I've tried to make all encounters blue, and then the next one we need to do is start to go through here and build encounters and go through that. So that's the end of this one. This one's a little bit of a shorter one, but I really like flushing this city out. We've got Scraggletooth giving away this, and depending on how you get there, this is some good stuff as we walk through some kind of flavor text. And we will start next one with this actual encounter, and we might make another encounter. I don't know, but we'll see what we do from there. And then the last one is starting to build out the main hall. So thank you guys once again. This has been absolutely great. I want to remind you one more time of the contest of public campaigns and public maps. We will be voting on those, and you can vote those. You can actually vote on them as well. And then we're going to, on January 15th, pick a winner and send those shirts out to them. Also, I really want to talk about campaigns. The public campaigns don't have to be huge. Like I said, it could be just a stronghold, or it can be just a dungeon, or just a city. I don't want people to be overwhelmed at how big they need to be. They don't need to be big. A campaign is just a bunch of pages, so it could be all kinds of different things. It could be just a little small section. It doesn't have to be big, but that's the kind of idea of a campaign. So, just thanks again, once again. Please like and subscribe, whether that's on YouTube or that's wherever you're getting your podcast, audio podcast, and also just keep building. And thank you for enjoying.